Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. We've had quite a few models from GCT Studios Bushido game on this channel, and for the most part, they've always been metal. You can see here one of my unpainted ones who's been sitting, languishing for far too long, as well as one of the painted ones from the last starter sets that came out. But recently, GCT Studios has started to do resin models. So when I saw that they had a couple new limited edition ones coming out kind of alongside the new two-player starter, I had to jump at the opportunity. So the first two that I've seen, and I will eventually hopefully get to the starter set as well, but we've got the gray and dark Pilgrim. So these are wrote-in models, I believe. I don't remember all the rules exactly, but I know that both of these were actually older sculpts that have been redone for whatever the most recent events were. So I'm not sure if they're going to become regular models in the store, but a lot of times whenever there's any kind of special event going on, GCT Studios always has this stuff available at those times. So I'll have that link down below if you want to take a look and grab some of these yourself. And if you don't know, that's the website, obviously, as well. Anyway, so as I was saying, you can see here, they are completely resin. So they're very dynamic in their sculpts, and hopefully I'm not going to break them. This is the gray Pilgrim. I was going to say gold. Typical 25 millimeter, 30 millimeter round base, lipped. Got our cards here. I'm gonna have to read through that. Cost in game. For some reason, I thought these were gonna be on like 15 millimeter base or 40 millimeter bases. So everything's on one nice gate, really nicely, cleanly cast. Her spear doesn't seem like it's gonna be a floppy mess. You've got all that energy coming off of it. Very cool. A little bit of cleanup here and there. Not that bad. Both arms. That is the gray Pilgrim. Here is the dark Pilgrim. Cards. Same size base. I'm not even sure how she is. Let's take a look. Okay, so she's going to be fighting with a sickle. Sarigama there, and it's got like souls or something coming off her base. It's kind of neat. Outside of her arm there, it looks like she's pretty much a single piece. Not super flat either, surprisingly. Good sense of depth going on there. She looks a lot younger than the artwork. Makes her look old. That's a chain. Definitely going to need a little bit of flash cleanup there. That's not the worst thing to have to do. I'm guessing this just slots in there as she's dashing forward. I also grabbed Shihomisaki because I've got all of my Shiho clan painted at this point. And why not have one more archer, right? Misaki here is metal as always, at least the more traditional casting method. Getting ready to shoot there. Let's see what the sword's underneath. I'm going to go on the back. I'm assuming they're pulling that out of the quiver. Kind of like that. Okay. And then we got the nice hat to hide her face. Pretty simple, right? All right. Let me get these models all glued together, and while I'm at it, let me see if I can find my Shiho clan, and we'll get a nice comparison going on, especially since they're all painted, so sit tight. Alright, we got our Pilgrims all put together here. We're going to start off with the gray one, and I know she's the gray one because she has the spear. I'm not 100% sure if I went ahead and did that correctly. I went ahead and just glued the lightning arc there, I'm assuming it's lightning, to the spear itself for hopefully a bit more stability. Just get that out of the way for the moment. Again, I look at the faces, and the actual model looks so much more younger than the artwork. The artwork makes her look old and haggard. And I just now realized I didn't clean her foot off very well there. And we'll get to that. Not a big deal. Overall, I mean, besides me needing to clean it better, I think the dynamicism of the sculpt looks really cool. And for the first resins that I can remember getting from GCT Studios, I think it came out pretty cool. Alright, our Dark Pilgrim is no less dynamic. I really dig that base. And obviously, much like her light counterpart, I need to clean things better there. That's what happens when you're in a rush and want to get this stuff filmed so you can show it off. I'm not sure if these are chains, hairs, rope, what. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward, pretty simple to put together. But when I think about it, you know, some of the figures that GCT Studios has put out actually have been one piece. So that's not all that surprising. I don't have any of the one piece ones handy. I'm going to say, no, this guy was not one piece. I don't think he was. Was he? I don't even remember. So you can see, they are a little bit larger than life, but I think that's by necessity of the design. Still one of my favorite Bushido models is this dude. They're not Shiho. I forget what clan they're from. Oh, speaking of clans, I did have that Shiho Archer all finished up. Put together. Came out pretty cool. I love how she's pulling the arrow out. I've always enjoyed models that have a lot of gear on them. And, I mean, I can explicitly remember going back to my childhood and having a thing for models with backpacks, toys with backpacks that had all the accessories attached to them. I remember there was Tongo the Leopard Man from the Black Star toy line, and that was like one of my all-time favorites, and he had like 4 or 5 spears or things of various assorted sizes and lengths that they all slotted in to his backpack, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So yeah, I love when models have all that stuff equipped on them. I know we've shown off the Toshiro model, kind of another event exclusive like these. I believe these two ladies are supposed to be event exclusives. I don't know where I put him at the moment, otherwise I'd have him on camera, but he's got all kinds of gear on him too. Maybe that's why I like the Shiho stuff. Putting some of the other Shiho models that we have painted. Obviously nowhere near as nice as the studio paint jobs. Mine are painted at least. Come to think of it, I've got just about most of my various starter sets completed. I think it's high time we actually get to play Bushido. I need to finish up some of my scenery so that all can be played according to plan. So yeah, they fit in nice. I think the quality of the sculpts are a lot crisper with the resin. Not to say that the metals are bad by any means. When you have a mediocre paint job like I am often slopping onto mine, I don't think it's going to make a very discernible difference. But I think they're going to be impressive models, and I want to say, and I'm pretty sure in saying this, that the new 2-player starter version set box is going to all be resin. I'm pretty sure, and those are all new sculpts too. Given enough time, sooner or later we will have that starter set on this channel, so if you're curious about that, hang tight. I need to get it eventually. And it's just with shipping costs these days, it ain't cheap, let me tell you that. But if you are a connoisseur of obscure models and smaller games, then you probably already know that. So yeah. We'll have a link down below to GCT Studios' website. Like I said, you might want to keep an eye on these two ladies for any big event, but then again, they usually have all of their event models available during the time span that there's, various trade shows or whatever going on. So keep an eye out for that, and there's always new releases for Bushido as it is. If you want them, you got to get in while the getting's good, because while they do often restock it, the cool stuff, the popular stuff, does tend to sell out quickly. So there's always that caveat, right? But anyway, check out that link below, and I'm going to get started on these. So, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.